are ready to go for what should be a very good Sun Belt Conference matchup. Tap controlled by South Alabama and J.J. Chandler.
Georgia Southern coming out in a straight man-to-man defense right off the tip.
Marshall Kearing getting the start for South Alabama. Javon Franklin the first to fire away. It's off to the right, and Georgia Southern pulls it down.
Yeah, tough shot there from Javon Franklin. A lot of contact. Just kind of threw it up hard off the glass.
So Caden Archie among the starters for Georgia Southern. It's Archie, Bryant, Cobbs, Saversoff, and Yusapaitis. How about the three? Kind of shrugged and said, hey, I'll take it.
Yeah,
good enough.
Cam Bryant calls bank on a Saturday night and hits it for three.
So 3-0 Georgia Southern early. And now whistling a foul away from the ball. I believe that's going to go on Cam Bryant. First foul of the ball game for Georgia Southern.
Yeah, Cam Bryant hitting a three and then immediately causing a foul down on the other end. Be his first personal foul.
Kyle Gonsalves for three. He's got it. And we got a tie ball game 3-3.
And Kyle gets a nice open look off the inbounds pass and ties this one up at 3 apiece.
Up and down. There's going to be a travel for Trey Cobbs as he went 1-on-3 with J.J. Chandler, Kearing, and Gonsalves playing defense. And went up and went back down with the basketball. So we are tied at 3. Georgia Southern does have 3. South Alabama has 3 as well. Kyle Gonsalves and Cam Bryant responsible for the scoring so far. Just underway in the Mitchell Center. South Alabama in white. Kearing gets it out to Charles Manning Jr. Manning, the team's leading scorer, just inside the three-point line. No good. And long rebound, and nice job there by Trey Cobbs to let it go.
A tough shot there from Manning at the top of the key with Saversov in his face. But Manning can still hit that shot. He's a very good scorer from the floor.
There aren't many shots that Charles Manning Jr. won't take. And when you see his play, you realize why. He's one of those basketball players that absolutely give him the basketball and see what happens. Saversov and Yusapaitis playing off of each other. Cam Bryant thought about the three. Now it will be taken by Saversov, and he's got it.
Yeah, Saversov, a big-time shooter from behind the arc. A 30% three-point shooter coming into this one. Knocks down the big shot there.
And a big guy that is not afraid to pull the trigger, kind of like Kyle Gonsalves for South Alabama. It doesn't matter how big you are. He's got long range and doesn't mind shooting the long ones. So Kearing, who got the start, gives it to Chandler. Cross court to Javon Franklin. Driving right baseline, gets around Saversov, and it's 6-5. How in the world did that pass get to Javon Franklin?
No kidding. That was a tough pass into the corner, but Javon Franklin with a little Euro step into the lane to free himself up. And going up strong with 2 hands.
Pat Greenwood, Joe McNulty, glad you're with us on a Saturday afternoon at the Mitchell Center in Mobile, Alabama. Nice drive on the right side by Caden Archie. His first 2 points of the ball game. The first points for Georgia Southern that are inside the three-point line, and the Eagles with an 8-5 lead.
Yeah, good take there from the UTEP transfer, Caden Archie, with a reverse layup.
Archie had 7 starts at UTEP, played 25 games for the Miners. There's Charles Manning Jr. with a nice drive of his own, and it's 8-7.
Manning going hard with the right hand.
And now Manning will get the foul on the other end as Archie was hacked in the process of shooting. So Charles Manning Jr., his first foul, team's first, and that'll send Caden Archie to the free throw line. He's a 67% free throw shooter, coming off an 8-point performance against UTA last Thursday. Georgia Southern was supposed to play Troy on Thursday night, but it was canceled by COVID, so they haven't played in a week. Archie's first free throw no good. And the first substitution, we'll see Elijah McCadden coming into the ball game along with Carlos Curry, as Yusapaitis will take a seat, as will Saversov.
You mentioned that game that was canceled at Troy earlier this week. It actually gave Georgia Southern a few more days to stay in Statesboro, Georgia before traveling here to Mobile.
Second move for Archie, no good. Missed them both. And now South Alabama a chance to take the lead. Working on that man-to-man defense. They got the switch they wanted. There's Javon Franklin to Chandler. Chandler can't shake Carlos Curry. Nice defensive play there, but Marshall Kearing able to put it in, and it's 9-8. How about the job that Kearing has done? Not a regular starter. Had a good game against the University of Mobile, but certainly not Division I competition. And then against App State, I think it really changed for Marshall Kearing.
Yeah, absolutely. He got the start last time out on ESPN2 against Georgia State and actually really had a good game in there, too. Had 6 points and a couple of rebounds. So really a good job by Marshall Kearing to find his rhythm on this offense.
Can't find the answer as Georgia Southern and South Alabama has it. But Kearing, with a depleted roster against Appalachian State, was forced to play a bunch of minutes. And I think not only did he...
Followed Chris Beard around for a few seasons as an assistant coach before finding him a spot here in Statesboro with Georgia Southern.
So Chandler inside to Franklin, gives it up to Kearing. Outside for three, it's good. Marshall Kearing.
How about that? Marshall Kearing from behind the arc, his first three-point attempt of the season, and he knocks it down.
He needs to stop the three-pointers right now. 1 for 1 in the season right there.
I like it 100%. Can't beat that.
So 12-8, South Alabama. Shot inside, no good. Charles Manning Jr. able to pull down the rebound. Jags trying to get up 6, maybe 7. There's Kearing again, outside to Chandler. He'll take his three-pointer. Short off the front iron. Rebound snatched out of the air by Carlos Curry.
And a great step back from J.J. Chandler. Had a bunch of room there behind the arc, just not able to get it to fall. South Alabama still on a 7-0 run.
Grant Weatherford into the ball game. We'll give it up to Cam Bryant. Now to Elijah McCadden. Working on Charles Manning Jr. Drug the foot. And tried to make the penetration before he put the ball on the floor. That'll be a turnover. Second turnover of the ball game for Georgia Southern. And South Alabama controls with a 4-point lead. The Eagles in that man-to-man defense. Marshall Kearing up high. They're not going to give him anything, as Carlos Curry playing some good defense against him. Chandler to Gonsalves. His three-pointer no good. Knocked around. Javon Franklin gets the offensive board. To Chandler. He'll drive and dish to Kearing. Up and under by Marshall Kearing. He's got 5.
Great ball movement by South Alabama. Chandler dumping it off to Marshall Kearing. And Big Marsh has 5 points already in the game.
Now a timeout by Brian Berg and Georgia Southern. He's seen enough. 9-0 run over the last minute and a half for South Alabama. They've got a 14-8 lead. Jags 5 of their last 7. It's been almost 3 minutes since Georgia Southern has put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, South Alabama defensively forcing a couple turnovers and offensively just going to work down low in the paint, finding the big man, Big Marshall Kearing with 5 points now, 7 points, in the ball game, going a perfect 3 for 3 from the floor.
And the message by Richie Riley is, what you're doing now, keep at it. 65 wins at South Alabama, including a 20-win season a couple of years ago. He was the head coach at Nichols. And you talk about following somebody around. How about Cliff Ellis and Richie Riley's relationship?
Yeah, Cliff Ellis, one of the all-time greats in college basketball. And Coach Richie Riley had plenty of years to learn under him.
Clemson and Coastal Carolina. Of course, Cliff Ellis, instrumental in popularizing basketball at South Alabama before he went to Auburn and then to Clemson after that. So 14.5 to go first half. Jags on top 14-8. Savrasov back into the ball game, has it knocked away by Kearing. And the big man able to track it down. Now we'll go right at him to Weatherford. Outside to Kamari Brown. His three-pointer no good. Offensive board, another shot at it by Cam Bryant. Can't get it to go. A little bit of contact, no call. And Manning will get it to Franklin, who is undercut. And there'll be a foul as Franklin hits the floor hard. And I believe that'll go on Cam Bryant.
Scary spill down there in the paint, but Javon Franklin looks to be all right.
That's 2 on Cam Bryant.
Yeah, that's quick. 2 quick fouls here. Still 14 minutes to play in the first half. And here we see Lance Thomas and Alex Anderson checking in for the first time for South Alabama.
Thomas, a guy Thursday night that got really hot from outside the arc for South Alabama, kind of helped put some distance between the Jags and Georgia State. Now Manning going 1-on-2, can't get it to go. Alex Anderson can't get the offensive rebound. Here comes Georgia Southern. So good ball movement as Caden Archie will step out on J.J. Chandler and get it to Elijah McCadden. 14-8. Been almost 4 minutes now since Georgia Southern has scored the basketball. Now Savrasov can't get it to go. His rebound, though, is good. That's a big bucket for Georgia Southern.
Yeah, Savrasov follows his own shot. Nobody blocking him out. He gets his own rebound and puts it right back up for two points.
And finally, the drought is over. Yusapaitis set to check in, as is Caio Gonsalves for South Alabama. Pat Greenwood, Joe McNulty from the Mitchell Center in Mobile, Alabama. Good Saturday afternoon crowd for some good college basketball. Chandler with 3 on the shot clock will pull the trigger from outside the arc, and he's got it. J.J. Chandler, his first points of the ball game. It's 17-10.
Yeah, J.J. Chandler hitting it in the face of Kamari Brown. A big-time shot there to extend this South Alabama lead.
McCadden's 3, no good. Jags up the court quickly. Manning working on McCadden. Has it stripped away, and now one-on-one for Trey Cobbs. He'll get tangled up with J.J. Chandler, and Cobbs will get to the free throw line.
Yeah, and J.J. Chandler just kind of caught in an awkward situation there. Had nowhere to go but to foul. That's going to be his first personal.
As J.J. Chandler saw him lose control of his feet, was able to step back and still drain the 3 with a man in his face. How good J.J. Chandler is, a transfer from Texas A&M. He transfers Richie Riley is employed here at South Alabama. So Trey Cobbs will step to the free throw line, a graduate student from Lima, Ohio. Misses his first free throw. He's a 90% free throw shooter. Trey Cobbs was 26 of 29 from the line prior to that miss. Cobbs, a guy that averaged 17 points a game at D2 Kentucky Wesleyan before deciding to play his final game at Georgia Southern. Second of 2 for the very good free throw shooter. Wow, missed them both. You don't see that very often with Cobbs. A break for the Jags. They're up 17-10 and a chance to add to it.
Yeah, Georgia Southern in this one 0 for 4 already from the free throw line. That's going to be something to take note of here as this game progresses.
Anderson and Chandler from way outside the arc. Shot clock at 7. Anderson pulls up. Chandler looks at the shot clock. Will step closer to the three-point line. His shot no good, but Anderson with the offensive board. Here comes Javon Franklin. Stonewalled defensively. Good ball movement for the Jags. Now it is Lance Thomas from outside the arc. No good from the field. So that's where Georgia Southern picked up their first Sun Belt Conference win. Mitchell Center in Mobile, Alabama. Pat Greenwood, Joe McNulty. Glad you're with us on a Saturday afternoon. Good crowd inside. Supposed to get awfully cold in the Mobile area. Of course, for us, that means 30.
I was going to say, but I'm from Chicago. That's not too cold from down here.
Grant Weatherford will penetrate, dish out to Caden Archie. Gets it to Savrasov. Can't get it to fall under traffic. And South Alabama has the basketball now, still up 7.
Jags still on a 12-2 run over the last 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
Marshall Kearing with a path to the basketball. Good job by Yusapaitis to give enough of a defensive look at Marshall Kearing to make sure that that wasn't an easy layup.
Absolutely, and then on the flip side, you look at a kick ball violation there. A good job there from Manning to actually put his foot out and stop a fast break pass for Georgia Southern.
South Alabama's last game, they beat Georgia State 74-65. Charles Manning with 20. Javon Franklin had the double-double with 15 and 10. And that was a big win. Georgia State picked to win the Sun Belt Conference. They came in here on national television, an ESPN2 broadcast. And I think that helped bring the crowd back because got a very good crowd up here tonight watching the Jags and the Eagles. So Georgia Southern looking to inbound under their own basket, up high to Caden Archie. He's able to high point it and get the possession started. Now Archie has it knocked out of bounds by Kearing. The last touch by Marshall Kearing it is. So the shot clock will stay at 20 as Georgia Southern will still inbound under their own basket.
Yeah, Georgia Southern catching a break there as the ball going off of Marshall Kearing's foot. And the Eagles will keep possession underneath.
The Jags have been on a 12-2 run over the past 6 minutes. But we've been stuck at 17-10 for a while. See, foul's not a factor at this point, as we're almost at the halfway point of the first half. South Alabama in white, Georgia Southern in their traveling blues. Weatherford cross-court pass to Caden Archie. Thought about the 3, now will take it. too short.
Yeah, that hesitation is why he left that one short. Manning, just good job defensively getting a step out there.
Archie now, for the season, 0 of 8 from three-point range. A carrying greeted by Weatherford. Excuse me, Manning, I should say. Body contact, no call as Carlos Curry, the stonewall for Georgia Southern.
Yeah, good defense there. Staying straight up was Weatherford.
Weatherford to Yusapaitis, his three-pointer, no good. Marshall Kearing tips it up. Kyle Gonsalves corrals it. And we'll stay at 17-10 as several players at the scorer's table getting ready to check in.
And Yusapaitis with a good look there after the pump fake in the corner. Normally he'll hit that.
How about that stat? Georgia Southern's missed 10 of their last 11 from the field. Shot clock at 10. Thomas, I think he got fouled on the floor.
Yeah, the foul's going to be on Grant Weatherford. A good foul there underneath, though, as Lance Thomas would have had an uncontested layup had Weatherford not fouled.
So South Alabama will control under their own basket. Just over halfway through the first half. We're at 9:55 to go. South Alabama 17-10. The Jags have been 305 without scoring. Georgia Southern's been 332 without scoring. And that trend will continue as Carlos Curry able to rebound the missed shot by J.J. Chandler. Loose ball still corralled by McCadden. Trey Cobbs working on Kyle Gonsalves. Nice move. Outside to Yusapaitis. Thought about the three. McFadden, I should say, will take it. There is a McCadden. There is a McFadden on this Georgia Southern team. McFadden not playing, but I second guess myself. And there's a turnover by South Alabama. Their second. Turnovers at 2-2. Now a whistle and a foul before the shot.
Foul's going to be on number 22, J.J. Chandler on the floor. As he gets called for the reach-in foul. It's going to be his second personal foul, team's fourth.
So Alex Anderson coming into the ball game for South Alabama. Cam Bryant checks back in for Georgia Southern as J.J. Chandler will take a seat. Chandler with 3 points so far. Marshall Kearing is South Alabama's leader with 7. Andre Savrasov leads Georgia Southern with 5. Both of those players on the bench right now. 9-minute mark, first half. Lob inside, nice move. Carlos Curry off the good feed. And the drought is finally over for Georgia Southern. They're down 17-12.
Yeah, great pass inside by Cam Bryant inside, and that's a good assist.
Manning trying to break the scoring drought for South Alabama. Gets it to Gonsalves to Anderson. Now Javon Franklin had the double-double Thursday night. Nice spin move. And Anderson stops the drought for South Alabama. It's 19-12.
Yeah, Franklin fakes going left, ends up going right, and what a beautiful play there. Takes it right to the rack.
So Georgia Southern just one of their last 7. They are shooting 31% from the field. South Alabama shooting 47%. Bryant will pull the trigger from 3. Don't know if that was an air ball or if it grazed the rim, but either way, it wasn't a great shot.
Yeah, Lance Thomas with a good job defensively to close out on Bryant. And Bryant with what we'll call an air ball, I guess. A bad shot there, and South Alabama retains possession.
It may have nicked the yarn. May have nicked it.
Might have been close.
That's what he's got to say in film session, at least.
Right.
Oh, I did the yarn. What are you talking about? So under 8 in Mobile. 19-12, South Alabama on top. Inside to Franklin, outside to Manning. Long three-pointer, no good. Javon Franklin, who has some ups, got his hand in there, but controlled by Georgia Southern. Now nice fast break again, but Carlos Curry too hard on the layup. Now 1-on-4, doesn't matter to Charles Manning Jr. So South Alabama with a 7-point lead, but it's Georgia Southern with the basketball. As we're at the 7.5-minute mark. Jags and Eagles on a Saturday afternoon. Not the best of shooting performances for anybody. Jags shooting 44%, 28% for South Alabama. Now Savrasov working on Gonsalves, gets it outside to Brown. From the free throw line, he's good.
Yeah, Brown with the dribble penetration ends up realizing there's no room to go, so he ends up pulling up, taking the jump shot, and knocking it down.
So Kamari Brown, he has 2 points, and errant pass can't be handled by Javon Franklin. A turnover. That's number 5 for South Alabama. Outside the arc, Javon Franklin able to pull it down as a miss from Trey Cobbs, and no harm done by that Georgia Southern miss.
Yeah, Cobbs in transition, shooting the 3, just not able to get it to fall. Just 1 for 8 now from behind the arc on the season.
So Jags 8 of 18 from the field, 6 of 20 is Georgia Southern. The Eagles have 2 3-pointers. South Alabama has 3. Chandler, stonewalled by Saversoff. They got to shoot it. Did he get it off before the before the shot clock? And the answer is no. Shot clock violation is Charles Manning Jr. couldn't release it in time. And Richie Riley very pleased with that, huh?
Yeah, he does not look too happy with his team on that offensive possession. Just a little too much passing going on, not enough movement going on in South Alabama with another turnover. They're 6th of the ball game.
I'd be interested to play poker with Richie Riley.
I don't know if he'd have a good poker face at all, would he?
That's exactly why I'd want to play poker with him. He shows every single emotion he's got. Makes these kids play hard, though, that's for sure. Pull-up jumper, no good by Kamari Brown, and Javon Franklin with another rebound. He's got 4 so far today. He had 10 against Georgia State, part of his double-double.
He's got a mismatch down low right now in the paint.
Chandler, high off the glass, gets it to go over Seversoff, and it's 21-14.
There was a mismatch down low, but J.J. Chandler said, I'll take it myself, going right at Saversoff, makes the tough layup.
So we won't set any scoring records here today, but it's in a pretty good defensive battle between these two. And kind of what you expected. We just talked about how good Georgia Southern is defensively, best in the Sun Belt Conference. South Alabama not too far behind them. Jags giving up 63, almost 64 points a game. A baseball pass to Charles Manning. Chandler coming from Texas A&M. We'll look at those numbers from Chandler at some point later on in this broadcast because he has been impressive. He's on defense right now. On the switch, he has Yusupaitis. So Yusupaitis working on J.J. Chandler. Nice bank off the glass and in, and it's 23-16.
Yeah, tough take there from Yusupaitis. The senior from London, England, gets it to fall.
Anderson way outside, guarded by Weatherford. Will give it up to Franklin. 15 on the shot clock. Jags already have one 30-second violation. Chandler will let it fly. Javon Franklin, I think we'll get an over-the-back call there. And Javon Franklin, a transfer from Auburn, and that is indeed the call.
This will be his first personal foul on Frank as he goes over the back. That was an easy call for the officials.
So 5 team fouls for South Alabama, just 3 for Georgia Southern. It's been a relatively clean game and quick game because haven't been a lot of fouls called. South Alabama in white, they've got 23. Georgia Southern in their traveling blues, they've got 16. Caden Archie working on Chandler. And now welcome back into the Mitchell Center. We'll look at J.J. Chandler and his numbers: 43% from the field, 34 outside the arc, and a 78% free throw shooter. And how about 13 straight games in double figures? And right now he's got 5. South Alabama trying to add to it, can't get it to go as Elijah McCadden comes down with a rebound, and the Georgia Southern Eagles on the move. McCadden will take it himself coast to coast. Nice move by McCadden.
Yeah, strong take all the way to the rack. McCadden coast to coast, finishing hard with the right hand.
So the lead is 5 for South Alabama. They've led by as many as 9. Manning, 6-footer in the lane is good.
Yeah, a nice floater there from Manning. Soft touch, nothing but net.
That's now 6 points for Manning, 5 for Chandler, 7 for Kearing, who remains on the bench. Saversoff still your leader for Georgia Southern. He's got 5, and he is on the bench as well. Floated inside, turnaround, jumper no good by Carlos Curry. And the Jags control.
But good help defense from Kyle Gonsalves to come help the baseline on that pass and force a tough shot.
Under 3 minutes to go first half. Neither team in foul trouble. Neither team shooting either. We got 2.5 to go.
2-3 zone now. It looks like a little bit from Georgia Southern.
Manning the fadeaway. No good. Grant Weatherford skies to get the rebound. McCadden will get a foul called on him as J.J. Chandler, the second time in about 4 possessions that he's drawn a charge.
Yeah, that's going to be McCadden's first, team's 5th. And how about that? A good charge take there from J.J. Chandler. Sets his feet, plants his body, and just draws the contact.
Well, McCadden just a little bit out of control. And, of course, the defender has every right to be there. You look at the turnovers, 6-4. More turnovers for South Alabama, but points off turnovers. Georgia Southern has 4. The Jags have a bucket. But we've seen some great defensive plays so far coming from J.J. Chandler, who now takes a seat. So Lance Thomas in for him as South Alabama going a little bigger against that zone. And now we're back, with that said, we're back to a man-to-man. Inside to Anderson, outside to Gonsalves. His 3 is good.
Big shot there from Kyle Gonsalves, his second 3-pointer of the game. It'll really extend this lead to 10 points now for the Jags.
Largest lead of the ball game for South Alabama, 28-18. The drive, the hang, and the nice touch by Caden Archie.
Yeah, a little double clutch there in the air from Archie. And that second attempt there gets the shot to fall.
He's not a small guy. He's 6'6", but he went up against the trees. And now they're going to be an offensive or a defensive goaltend, I should say, as Charles Manning drove the right side. Nobody stopped him. They'll count the bucket, and it's 30-20.
And immediately Curry gets a sub in for him as he's going to go to the bench.
So Saversov will step in. Jags on top by 10. Minute and a half to go, first half, here in Mobile, Alabama. Jags will stay in their man-to-man defense. Caden Archie to use a pipe. No, that was Grant Weatherford, I should say, who missed the 3. And Saversov with a couple of chances right at the rim, can't get it to go.
Saversov holding his hands out, wanting a foul, but not enough contact. Good no call there underneath. South Alabama gets the rebound.
Jags a chance to extend their largest lead of the game. Alex Anderson working on Yusapaitis. He'll take it himself. He'll draw the foul. Yusapaitis doesn't agree. He said, hey, I just had my hands up, but I think there was a lot of body contact there. And that's why Alex Anderson will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, Yusapaitis kind of leaning his body into Alex Anderson on that jump shot. Anderson going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. First 2 attempts at the line for the game for South Alabama.
Anderson, a 44% free throw shooter. He's a freshman forward from Memphis, Tennessee. As you look at Saversov there, first shot on the way, good. Anderson had 1 point in 31 minutes against Georgia State on Thursday. Had a career high against SIU Edwardsville, SIUE, just before the Christmas break. Had 13 points. He's had 8 games in double figures. Hits both of his free throws there. And now Anderson with a pair of free throws. His first 2 points of the ball game. We're under a minute. Jags on top by 12. Important for Georgia Southern just to get something here. To get a little momentum going into the locker room.
Yeah, you really don't want this to be a double-digit lead going into the halftime locker room if you're Georgia Southern.
Saversov working against Javon Franklin. And there's got to be a walk there and there. There it is. But the free throws, 2 for 2 for South Alabama, 0 for 4 Georgia Southern. So about a 4-second differential between shot and game. Georgia Southern showed zone and then went out to a man. And Charles Manning is content to run the clock down, and now they'll start the offense with about 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Manning inside to Javon Franklin. He's fouled. And Franklin and Grant Weatherford got tangled up. Had a little fist bump there. Good sportsmanship. Nothing malicious there. No, it was a good, clean basketball play.
Yeah, just kind of some awkward contact down there in the paint. Franklin coming down and landing on Weatherford. Weatherford gets hit in the head, but he looks to be all right.
So that'll send Javon Franklin to the free throw line. He's a 61% free throw shooter. Hailing from Little Rock, Arkansas, he went to Holmes Community College and then to Auburn. And he, along with Turbo Jones, transferred down from Auburn to South Alabama. And as we talked about, Turbo likely back in the lineup next week or the next. But with him and with Franklin, boy, they made a big difference in the South Alabama roster.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at Javon Franklin, a double-double last time out against Georgia State, multiple double-doubles on the season. Really played a huge role for this offense.
They made his first. Georgia Southern will have plenty of time, though, for a possession. Second of two, no good. So 6 seconds, 5. Eagles need to hit this shot. Yusupaitis, not the shot they're looking for. And the tip by Saversov, no points a game. The transfer from Cincinnati, and he's been a big part of Georgia Southern for the past several years. So, you know, that is a factor certainly for Georgia Southern today. Bryant starts out right. Cam Bryant able to drain the three and make it a 10-point ball game, and that's what Georgia Southern needs to start the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Great pass there outside, finding Cam Bryant for three from behind the arc.
Pat Greenwood, Joe McNulty from the Mitchell Center in Mobile, Alabama. Georgia Southern open up the second half with a three. There is Marshall Kearing back in the lineup and trying to get it to Javon Franklin. Ill-advised pass as Caden Archie was there to easily take it away from him. Now is that a push off? Yes, it is. Caden Archie not only lowered the shoulder on Charles Manning Jr., but then extended the arm as well. That's a pretty easy call. So that's foul number 2 for Caden Archie on the ball game.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Pat. Archie there extending his arm, getting called for the push. Here we see the replay there, extending the arm, pushing Manning over. That's going to be called a charge all day long.
The Jags by 10. We're played 1 minute here in the second half. Jags looking for their first points of the first half and won't get it on that, but they may get it at the free throw line as Javon Franklin fouled by Cam Bryant.
Coach Richie Riley wants Javon Franklin to go up stronger, saying you could have made that if you went up harder. And I think Franklin knows it. He kind of looked at Coach, gave him a smile and said, I know, Coach, I know.
But I wouldn't look at Javon Franklin and say he's not strong. That's one of the things. He's one of the most fit guys certainly on this roster.
Absolutely. And when he's down low in the paint grabbing an offensive rebound, you better look out because he's going up strong with the basketball.
Made 1 of 2, so the lead now 11, 34-23. 6.6 boards. He's coming off a double-double Thursday night against Georgia State where he had 15 points, 10 rebounds. Add an assist in there for Javon Franklin. Off the screen, Bryant looking for Yusupaitis on Caio Gonçalves, trying to get it to Saversov. It is pinballed out there. Now the three-pointer from the corner is good by Trey Cobbs.
Trey Cobb hitting his second three-pointer of the season. First one here tonight.
And he gets now in the scoring column. He had the 0 prior to. Cobb's now 1 of 2 from the field. And it's 34-26. Kearing trying to direct traffic. Will decide to take it himself. I believe they're going to get another foul on Bryant.
Yeah, that's going to be Cam Bryant's 4th personal foul here with 18 minutes to go. So that is huge for Georgia Southern as their big man's going to immediately run to the bench and get a sub.
So Elijah McCadden will take his spot, but you're right. Back-to-back fouls on Cam Bryant. Already a shortened roster for Georgia Southern. That's the last thing they need.
3 team fouls for Georgia Southern already in the first 2 minutes of the second half.
Manning has a size advantage here along the right baseline. Nice spin move and gets it to go. That's a nice job by Charles Manning Jr.
Charles Manning Jr. with no clear path to the lane, but spinning around, creating some separation and getting himself 2 points.
There are very few shots he won't take, but that's why he's such a complete basketball player. Now Saversov working on Kearing. Fade away. Can't get it to go. And now Javon Franklin with the rebound. Did he push off prior to? I think that'll be the call. He was working on McCadden down underneath. I think Javon Franklin. Oh, they're going to call it on Charles Manning Jr.
Yeah, Manning getting called for a hold down low as he was holding his guy that he was blocking out.
Now Kearing with the steal, but his foot was on the line, and Georgia Southern will retain in front of their own bench.
Yeah, great play there from Marshall Kearing to rise up there and try and get a steal. Just comes out of bounds. But Kearing, a good job there to stop a pass.
Kearing, one of those newcomers on this roster. He's a junior in status from Perth, Australia. A guy that really has started to gain confidence not only in himself, but established confidence on that South Alabama bench. Now he gets the steal on that end. Here comes J.J. Chandler. Chandler trying to get it to Franklin inside. Can't get it up over McCadden. And now a turnover on the other side. Is J.J. Chandler able to get the loose ball?
Some sloppy basketball, back-to-back turnovers for both teams.
Now Franklin, no good. Kearing's tip, not good enough. Franklin out leaps, Yusapaitis, and then jams it in.
Right place, right time. The basketball falls into Javon Franklin's lap, and no one's around him, so he goes right back up strong and finishes it with a dunk.
Well, and Franklin does such a good job, not only of being aggressive underneath, but he goes up, and he goes up vertically.
Yep.
Doesn't go up into someone's back. Saversov, the fuck.
McCadden now just 92 points away for 1,000. Is Georgia Southern career.
16.5 to go in the ball game. South Alabama with a 10-point lead. Javon Franklin. Whistle and the foul. Does it go? Yes.
Might have been one of the easiest and ones Javon Franklin has made all year. Going straight to the rack.
And you see the big smile from the big man in Javon Franklin. Now 10 points, 7 boards, so he's working on another double-double. You're right, there wasn't a lot of contact, and then as he switches to his left hand, that's about as easy as it gets. Free throw is good. As Javon Franklin, the senior forward from Little Rock, gives South Alabama a 13-point lead, 41-28. Very early here in the second half.
Lance Thomas going to get a sub in for Marshall Kearing as LT sees his first minutes here in the second half.
Jags' largest lead is what we see right now. McCadden in trouble underneath. And Georgia Southern unable to get a shot from there, but the pull-up jumper, nice roll as Carlos Curry able to knock it home. He's got 4, and it's 41-30.
Carlos Curry, the Ole Miss transfer with a hard take inside, getting it to fall, and another 2 points for Georgia Southern.
Eagles still in a man-to-man defense. Manning gets free on the right, on the left baseline. He'll take it himself. A lot of contact, no whistle. And Georgia Southern has the basketball. Yusapaitis from outside the arc, no good. Franklin with another rebound. Getting closer and closer to another double-double. That's his 8th.
Georgia Southern just 4 of 13 from behind the three-point line.
Manning pulls the three-pointer. Franklin's tip in, no good. And Yusapaitis will get it for Georgia Southern. Here comes McCadden. Gonsalves iffy on where to go defensively, so McCadden will take advantage of that and drain the 16-footer. And it's 41-32.
Yeah, good take there from McCadden to drive into the lane and go right at Kaio, who looked lost defensively. And McCadden gets himself an easy shot.
I think there was a question in Gonsalves' mind as to who was supposed to get the man with the ball. Thomas, double team, outside, gets it to Anderson. Thomas from the corner, no good. And now a chance to cut it to single digits. Was already at single digits. Chance to cut it to 7. And McCadden's tip in, no good. Elijah McCadden.
He's really trying to take over for Georgia Southern right now, just taking the last 3 shots for this Georgia Southern offense.
Sloppy basketball. Caden Archie with a turnover. He'll take it coast to coast, dish it into McCadden. And he'll bring it back out to Yusapaitis. A nice drive. The Jags will have their time, will be able to take their time coming up the court. As Georgia Southern showed a little zone look, but back in the man-to-man. Thomas out to Chandler. Chandler penetrates, goes to Gonsalves. It is blocked by Caden Archie. And Georgia Southern, a chance to continue the run. McCadden, contact, get a chance to play against UT Arlington. And despite that, the Eagles were able to get the win.
He scored over 10 points 7 times already this season.
Mitchell Center in Mobile, Alabama, Pat Greenwood alongside Joe McNulty. Jags trying to get something to happen, and Javon Franklin makes it. Javon Franklin now with 13 points and the and one.
And that'll end a scoring run of the 6-0 scoring run for Georgia Southern. Javon Franklin drawing the contact and the foul.
Well, that ended a drought for South Alabama, as they're now back to a 9-point lead, chance to make it 10 with Franklin at the free throw line. He is 3 for 5 from the charity stripe tonight.
Franklin been dealing with a left pinky that's been bothering him all season long. It's been wrapped up in a big, bulky, kind of taped wrap all season long, but playing through the pain, and he's been playing really well.
Lead stays at 9. Yusapaitis trying to go inside, knocked away by Manning, but tracked down by Weatherford. Kamari Brown, jumper over Manning. Manning gets the block. Brown able to get it back though. Yusapaitis with a shot clock at 5. That one's blocked by Gonsalves. 2 blocks for the Jaguars. And now Anderson trying to make it worth their while defensively on the offensive end. Anderson loses control, double team, gets it to Chandler. Chandler driving on Savrasov, and he's got it.
Yeah, great left hand there from J.J. Chandler going right at Savrasov, and he uses the glass to finish it.
So Chandler has 7. Leading scorer for South Alabama is Javon Franklin. He's got 13. Manning with 10. McCadden outside to Brown, over Manning. No good on the 3. Anderson with the rebound. 2 on 3, now 3 on 3. Anderson decides to take it himself and gets it out to Gonsalves for 3. Wide open look, can't get it to go.
Yeah, and a good look there from Kyle Gonsalves. You have to wonder if he drives in a lane, if he gets some easy buckets.
Good offensive possession there by Grant Weatherford as he was able to sidestep the defender. Gets fouled. A little upset with himself, I think, because he thought he should have had the bucket on top of it. But Weatherford will go to the free throw line as J.J. Chandler is the one called for the foul, and that is 4 on J.J. Chandler.
Yeah, so both J.J. Chandler and Bryant for Georgia Southern playing with 4 fouls here in the ball game. It looks like Coach Richie Riley might actually get a sub for J.J. Chandler here.
So Grant Weatherford, the graduate student, transferred in from IUPUI. Gets it to go. He'll get one more.
And how about this, Pat? Weatherford, when he made his debut here at Georgia Southern, Tom Brady had only won 4 of his 7 Super Bowls, and the Amazon Alexa was only 2 years old.
Wow.
He is the 7th oldest player in college basketball.
Wow. From Cicero, Indiana. That was just his 9th made free throw. He was 8 of 13 coming in. Makes them both here. So now on the season, he is 10 of 15 from the charity stripe. And it's back to a 9-point ball game, 45-36. So under 12 to go here in the ball game. South Alabama has consistently had about a 10-point cushion since about maybe the 15-minute mark. Franklin dishes it off to Manning. Shot clock at 7. Manning working on Weatherford. The bump gets a separation, and Alex Anderson there for the follow.
Nobody blocking out Alex Anderson, so he comes and cleans things up on the offensive glass, putting it right back up and giving South Alabama an 11-point lead.
So Anderson's got 4, and the lead back up to 11, 47-36. Caden Archie, a lot of transfer from UTEP. Coming off an 8-point performance against UT Arlington. He's a 67% free throw shooter. 2nd of 2 off the back of the iron. McCadden, nice job offensively to get the rebound, and another chance for Georgia Southern.
Yeah, Franklin not able to block out McCadden there, and he gets a second chance for Georgia Southern.
Now Savrasov drives baseline, and now it's going to be either Gonsalves or Lance Thomas, and there will be Gonsalves that draws the foul, or that is charged with the foul, I should say.
Yeah, Kyle with his first personal foul, team's 5th. And Savrasov's going to go to the line for his first 2 attempts here in the ballgame.
So Savrasov played some ball at Texas Tech 6'7", just a redshirt junior. So they'll have a little more playing time for big number 12 as he hits his first free throw.
His father was a professional volleyball player in Russia.
He hails from St. Petersburg, Russia. Second of two good, hits them both, and it's 47-39. So 8-point ball game as we hit the 11-minute mark. 7 points now, 6 rebounds for Savrasov. Alex Anderson, as there's a whistle away from the ball, and some pushing and shoving. Trey Cobbs asking what he did wrong. He's the one that will be charged with the foul.
Be his first personal foul, team's 7th.
That'll send South Alabama to the free throw line.
That's right. Javon Franklin now walking to the charity stripe, where Javon's been 3 for 6 in the ball game.
Pushing and shoving underneath, so didn't exactly see what happened. Trey Cobbs was working, I believe, on Alex Anderson. So Javon Franklin, who does have a double-double, he has 10 rebounds now, 13 points, make it 14 as he converts the front end of a 1-and-1. He'll get another. Richie Riley always continuing to work the referees. 48-39, a chance to make it a double-digit game once again, and Franklin hits them both.
Georgia Southern offense, still no field goals over the last 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Their offense going to want to change that up here.
McCadden working on Anderson. Lost control for a second. Now gets it back along the left baseline. He's stonewalled, gets it outside to Cam Bryant. Bryant on Trey Cobbs. Usapitis pump fake, now the step back three, good!
Oh, what a tough shot from Usapitis. The step back fadeaway gets it to fall.
That's 5 now for Usapitis. Javon Franklin going with the right hand against Savrasov, can't get it to go. Here comes Georgia Southern, they've got some numbers, 5 on 2. Usapitis had the big 3, and now, I thought he was gonna have another 2 behind it, but can't get the driving layup to go.
But I like the move from Usapitis after hitting a 3, pump faking on the second attempt, getting the defender up in the air to free himself up and get a layup.
I'm fairly certain that was a pass.
Yep.
But Charles Manning Jr. hits the front iron. And now a flush on the other end is Elijah McCadden with 1 remaining, 2 for Georgia Southern, which could be important as we wind down under 10 minutes to go here. 49-44. Jags have led by 13. Georgia Southern's biggest lead was 3. That was back when the ball game was 8-5. Gonsalves, turnaround over Usapitis, can't get it to go. Rebound by Carlos Curry.
And a good move there from Kyle Gonsalves, just can't get it to fall off the backboard.
3-pointer by Trey Cobbs is short. He'll get his own rebound. And dribble it out. Usapitis for 3. Yes!
And Usapitis deadly from behind the arc. The pump fake frees him up. And he knocks down the shot, and it's a 2-point ball game.
49-47. Georgia Southern is charged all the way back in this one. Manning trying to quiet the run, can't get it to go. Now Javon Franklin, I believe, will be called for the foul as Carlos Curry had good position on the defensive rebound, and Javon Franklin will get called for his 2nd personal.
Yeah, Javon picks up his 2nd, just the team's 6th. The next foul for South Alabama will send Georgia Southern to the charity stripe.
Kamari Brown checking back into the lineup for Georgia Southern. Everybody's down on one end, thinking they were shooting free throws, but no, that was the last foul to give for South. So Georgia Southern will have to take it the length of the floor. Now Marshall Kearing will come back in for Lance Thomas.
Georgia Southern on an 8-0 run over the last minute 37. That's fast-paced basketball to score 8 points in a minute 30 seconds.
And it's been over 2 minutes since the Jags have put the ball in the bucket. So a chance to tie it or take the lead for Georgia Southern. They haven't led since the 17-24 mark of the first half. Usapitis, why not? 3-pointer no good. Rebound fought for and won by Javon Franklin.
And that was a heat check 3 from Usapitis in the face of Kyle Gonsalves. Almost got it to fall, but nonetheless, South Alabama with the rebound.
Manning has 10 points. They'll get it out to Anderson. Franklin, the team's leading scorer with 15. In fact, the game's leading scorer. Anderson drives baseline outside to Manning for three.
Yeah, great pass, kicking it out to Charles Manning Jr. Hits the three-pointer in South Alabama, ending that 2-minute scoring drought.
A much-needed bucket for the home team to extend the lead back to 5. Now Yusupaitis working on Kearing, has a decided speed advantage there. Gets out to Cobbs. Three-pointer is good. Check that, that was McFadden who made that three-pointer.
McFadden now with 11 points in the ball game. First player in double digits for Georgia Southern. And again, it's back to a 2-point ball game.
So Elijah McFadden is a guy that started to make an impact here in this ball game. And as you said, Joe, 2-point contest. Blocked by Georgia Southern. Now whistle at the bottom of that. Those standings for long. So Caden Archie, the senior from Dallas, at the free throw line, a chance to tie this thing up. It's a 1-and-1, and he won't get the second. Misses Javon Franklin there for the rebound. So Franklin adding to his totals. He's got 15 points, now 12 rebounds.
Yeah, good rebound there, high up off the rebound, off the glass. Javon Franklin skying up and grabbing the board for South.
Franklin now working on a double team. Gets it stolen away by Trey Cobbs. And now a whistle, and something happened with Javon Franklin as the official blew the whistle, and now it looks like they're going to
believe they're going to call a foul in the backcourt on Javon Franklin.
Was it a technical? I think it might have been.
Yep, it's going to be a Class 1 technical foul on Javon Franklin for saying something in the backcourt, and so Yusupaitis will go to the free throw line for 2 shots and the ball.
And the first free throw is good, 52-51, chance to tie it up here. So Franklin hit with a technical. Second of 2 is good, and just like that, we have a tie ball game. I wondered why they were stopping play as Franklin was double teamed. And then he pushes it out and they got it stolen. And you see him on the left side of the screen. I don't know if he turned to the official and said something. And now the coaching staff will give words of wisdom as now Georgia Southern with the ball and a chance to take the lead for the first time since early in the first half. We're tied at 52. Trey Cobbs outside to Caden Archie. Archie on Anderson, gives it to Savrasov, over Marshall Kearing. It's good. Savrasov with 9 points. It's 54-52 Eagles.
And a 15-3 run over the last 3.5 minutes have given Georgia Southern the lead here in the second half.
Well, they just kept hanging around, and it has paid off. Now Anderson, now the size advantage on Cobbs. He'll try to take it. And gets it to fall. We're tied at 54.
Man, what a strong take from the freshman Alex Anderson, right to the rack. A lot of contact, no foul called, and he still gets it to go.
Well, he had the size advantage. Made sense to just try and back him down. That's what he did. Now Cobbs outside to Yusupaitis, who gives it to Caden Archie for 3.
Yeah, great extra pass from Yusupaitis, finding Caden Archie, and Archie knocks down his first three-pointer of the game.
And that's his first three-pointer of the year for Caden Archie. He was 0 for 7 coming in from three-point range. Now a whistle and a foul. Charles Manning Jr. will go to the free throw line. Yeah, as that foul will go on Kamari Brown.
A lot of contact there. Charles Manning had contact draped all over him as he's going up with the right hand. Manning will go to the free throw line to shoot his 4th and 5th free throws here of the night.
The Manning, the senior from Riverhead, New York. He's a transfer from LSU. Played in 6 games. Got 1 start at LSU last year. But has really made a difference on this level for sure. Manning gets it to go, and it's a 2-point ball game. So Elijah McFadden will come back in as Trey Cobbs will take a seat. Manning trying to make it a 1-point ball game. Jags have led by as many as 13. And now they see themselves trailing by 2 and make it 1 as Manning able to convert the free throw. 57-56 Georgia Southern. Tuned into a good basketball game here in Mobile, Alabama.
two good games here in the Mitchell Center on a Saturday afternoon.
Earlier, the Louisiana Ragin' Cajun women's team defeated South Alabama in a game that went down to the fourth quarter. Now a nice roll from McCadden, and it's 59-56. That's a shooter's touch.
Yeah, absolutely. McCadden now with 13 points in the ball game. And Georgia Southern outscoring South Alabama 39-23 in the second half.
Kearing with it up high. Gets it to Chandler, working on Savrasov. Chandler, did he walk or no? He was pushed by Savrasov. Thought he might have taken an extra step there, but it was a bump from Savrasov, and that'll send Chandler to the free throw line. Team foul number 9, so we're still in the 1-on-1 situation.
And 9-team foul, and now South Alabama will go to the free throw line for 1-on-1, where J.J. Chandler is just actually hasn't shot a free throw here yet in the ball game.
He is a 78% free throw shooter. Texas A&M transfer, a graduate student, coming from Katy, Texas. Front end of the 1-on-1 is good. So Javon Franklin, after getting the technical and the talking to, will come back in and give Marshall Kearing a seat. And now that second free throw that was earned by J.J. Chandler is on the way, and no good off the right side of the iron. So 2-point ball game, Georgia Southern up 59-57. Use a Pitus to McCadden. Inside, nice pass. Again, that extra pass. Savrasov unable to get it to go. Georgia Southern dying for a foul call there. I think they've got a case, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I absolutely think that there could have been a foul called underneath, but nonetheless, South Alabama getting a break there.
A lot of contact, no whistle. Now Javon Franklin trying to tie it up. Instead, J.J. Chandler for the lead.
Oh, big time shot by J.J. Chandler in the corner, giving South Alabama a 60-59 lead with 4:20 to go.
Well, that'll bring the crowd into this one. J.J. Chandler, 11 points, 2 for 5 from outside the arc. Use a Pitus with the answer, no. Gonsalves with the rebound.
The biggest possession of the ball game here for South Alabama. They really need to get a bucket to fall here.
So South Alabama 60, Georgia Southern 59. There's a shot clock now at 15, under 4 minutes to go here in Mobile. Manning to Gonsalves for 3. Yes!
Oh, Kyle Gonsalves in the corner. Back-to-back three-pointers for South Alabama. And the Jags now lead 63-59.
So a timeout awaits the next dead ball. McCadden, his three-pointer no good off the iron. Alex Anderson unable to get the loose ball. Who touched it last, though? Did he touch it?
Coach Richie Riley,
Southern?
Coach Richie Riley letting the officials know that nobody touched it. But it looks like the officials may actually go to the replay monitor and take a look at this one.
Well, how about J.J. Chandler? That three-pointer was fantastic. And either way, it is time for a break. We'll be back. South Alabama on top, 63-59. Well, here's a look at that last play. Elijah McCadden's three-pointer no good. Did South Alabama touch it? Tough to tell there. It didn't look like it, but the referee saw it is Georgia Southern basketball. So 63-59. Eagles with the possession, but can't get something to go offensively. Now J.J. Chandler 2-on-2. He'll pull it back. And South Alabama will run some time here.
And a smart play there from Chandler to pull things out and set up the offense for South Alabama and work some clock off.
Yeah, you don't have the numbers. So at that point, how about this? Javon Franklin. Nice spin move to get free. Manning sees it. And it's the Jags by 6.
Just the third assist in the game for Charles Manning Jr., but a beautiful one there, finding Franklin on the alley-oop attempt.
So Georgia Southern had made a nice run and gone up by 3. But now they find themselves trailing by 6. 2:40 to go and counting. McCadden working on Chandler. Fires it to use a Pitus. Passes up the 3 for the 2. Javon Franklin with a block. Use a Pitus. The offensive rebound. Gets it out to Kamari Brown. His three-pointer no good. And now South Alabama starting to take control of this one as we wind down toward that 2-minute mark.
You can starting to see some desperation shots from Georgia Southern, trying to get some three-pointers to fall to try and work this game back within a few points.
And if you're Georgia Southern, you just need some of those to go down. Two of those go down, you got a different ball game here. Instead, South Alabama, 6-point lead, trying to extend it. Under 2 minutes to go. Manning had his jersey pulled, knocked out of bounds.
Run.
Jags 4 of their last 4. Georgia Southern will let the ball roll, try to get it up to half court before having to start the clock, and here we go. 1:53 and counting. South Alabama on top by 6. McCadden, who's had a heck of a second half, steps back for a long 2. No good. Savrasov battling Gonsalves. Last touch by Savrasov. And Coach Berg asking for an over the back from Caio Gonsalves. Again, I think he might have a point there.
Yeah, and Caio kind of jumped over the back, but a tip basketball.
Now trying to extend their 6-point lead. J.J. Chandler will get it in, guarded closely by Cobbs. Gets it across the half-court line. And now if you're South Alabama, work it down to about 10, then start something offensively. If you can get a 7-point lead here or maybe an 8-point lead, that might be the dagger. Chandler, nice drive, can't get it to go with the left hand, but knocked out. Should we come down to a jump ball possession, it is in favor of South Alabama here. Gonsalves will get it to Chandler, awfully close to the half-court line. And now it's a push by Weatherford. Weatherford was trying to push him into the backcourt. And you can't blame him. That's a pretty smart defensive play. But the referee saw it. Now Chandler will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, with just 1:14 left to go, it's almost as if you're intentionally fouling him just by playing really tough defense. So smart play there from Weatherford. But J.J. Chandler is going to go to the free throw line for 1-1.
How about a score from the Sun Belt Conference? 72-68. UTA wins at Louisiana.
Oh, wow.
Texas State, check that. Texas State over Louisiana.
Wow.
72-68. The Cajun Dome.
How about that?
Big win.
That's up next for South Alabama as they travel to Louisiana to take on the Raging Cajuns. So you know the Raging Cajuns are going to be ready to get back on the win column after that one.
So 66-59, trying to make it 67 as J.J. Chandler. He cannot do it. And so the lead is 7. Georgia Southern with the basketball. McCadden fouled in the act of shooting. He'll go to the free throw line.
That's a really touchy foul there underneath. They haven't been calling that all night, but they're going to call it there. McCadden's going to go to the line. Stop the clock here for Georgia Southern.
So McCadden with 13 points. He's your leader for Georgia Southern. 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He has a double-double as well. 10 points. And 13 points, 10 rebounds.
That foul being called on J.J. Chandler will actually be his 5th, so he'll foul out of the game. So South Alabama going to have to check in Lance Thomas for J.J. Chandler.
But the free throw is no good as Chandler takes a seat for the rest of the ball game, the final 68 seconds. And now Lance Thomas, as you said, in there for him. But that was a critical miss by McCadden at the free throw line. This will make it a 2-possession ball game, and he does, 66-60. So now a timeout called by Georgia Southern. They'll have 1 left. J.J. Chandler fouls out with 12 points. His final stat line, 12 points. He was 4 for 10 from the field, 2 of 5 from outside the arc, had 2 free throws, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 turnover in 27 minutes of play. So again, a look at those Sun Belt Conference standings. Talked about Louisiana losing to Texas State earlier today. So Louisiana will drop to 3-2. Texas State will improve to 2-1. If this holds, South Alabama will improve to 2-2. That will be 12 wins on the year. In terms of overall, South Alabama has the most wins with 12.
Yeah, I'd love to see the way that this whole season has played out in the Sun Belt Conference. It doesn't really seem to be one clear-cut favorite this year, and it's a really competitive conference for men's basketball this year.
Should be some interesting times in March in Pensacola when these teams go to the Bay City, the Bay Arena?
Bay City Arena.
I see it's still the Pensacola Civic Center to me. But the Bay City Arena in Pensacola for the Sun Belt Conference tournament. So So 1:08 to go. South Alabama under the Georgia Southern basket. Kyo gets it to Franklin. Unable to get it there.
South Alabama clearing the lane now, dropping all their defenders out of the paint. Going to play everyone back on defense.
Anderson, second of 2. Good.
And a big free throw there from Anderson, extending it to a 7-point lead, making it a 3-possession game.
Now McCadden, they said, bobbled it and not a carry. Weatherford, that's a tough kick, about 25 minutes.
That's right. College basketball game is almost like a game of chess towards the end.
Anderson will get it to Manning, who is triple teamed, and now a whistle and a foul. Coaching staff at Georgia Southern doesn't agree with it, but Charles Manning Jr. will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, and if that foul's on McCadden, that's going to be his 4th personal foul. And I know there's just 50 seconds left, but that's still something to note here if their leading scorer has 4 personal fouls.
Instead, they're going to get Kamari Brown. That'll be his 2nd. Didn't seem to be a whole lot of contact there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it looked like it was a clean rip on the basketball, but nonetheless, Charles Manning at the line.
And Manning will miss the free throw. South Alabama as a team shoots 69% from the free throw line. Tonight they are 12 of 19, which is below their average. They're at 63%.
Again, South Alabama clearing the path down in the lane. Playing back on defense.
Second of 2 is good. So we're back to a 6-point ball game. Under 50 to go. McCadden coming off a screen. Takes it around Franklin. Can't get it to go, but a whistle and a foul. John Franklin will be called for the personal foul. That'll be 4 for Franklin.
Yeah, Javon Franklin with too much contact underneath. He's complaining to the referee that he was straight up, but he wasn't. He definitely brought that arm down on the wrist and sent McCadden to the free throw line.
So McCadden, a 60% free throw shooter. He's 3 of 4 from the line today. Trying to pull Georgia Southern within 4. First of 2 is good. Now Coach Berg, not sure exactly what he's lobbying for. See Richie Riley swatting this one out. Grant Weatherford will come to the scorer's table, so he'll get in if this free throw is good, and it is. So Weatherford will check back into the lineup, give Yusapaitis a break.
Little defense for offense, getting in Weatherford for Yusapaitis. Weatherford really good defensively. Hopefully he can try and get a steal for his team.
68-64, Jags getting it to Franklin up court, gets it across half court, and he's fouled immediately by Trey Cobbs, and that'll send Franklin to the free throw line.
Yeah, real smart foul there from Cobb, because if he didn't, Javon Franklin had a nice easy pass to Lance Thomas, who was cutting right to the rack.
And Franklin just a 61% free throw shooter, so you start playing the odds of who will make these free throws, who will struggle. And at 61%, they like their chances, as opposed to a guy like Charles Manning Jr., who's 80% from the free throw line. So Franklin will have 2. First one's good.
Franklin having one heck of a ball game, 18 points, 12 rebounds, shooting 6 for 10 from the floor.
And Georgia Southern may look at the stats too and say, okay, Lance Thomas is in. He's only 1 for 2, period, on the year at the free throw line. Alex Anderson, a 44% free throw shooter. Kyle Gonsalves has only been to the free throw line 5 times, but he's made them all. But Manning able to make both of his, so we're back to a 6-point game. McCadden to Yusapaitis for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound put back by Kamari Brown, no good. Again, loose ball. Brown, who's going to get it? And is there a foul? Is that McCadden or is that on Manning?
And they're going to call Manning for a foul. They're going to say that he pushed into Yusapaitis, or into Brown, excuse me, on that. And so Manning picks up another one. That's going to be his 3rd personal foul.
So they'll get the foul call on Manning. Let's take a look at it. As this would be a backcourt violation if he was, I would think the touch would override
So because he jumped over the line, he never established possession in the backcourt, so that's why it didn't get called the backcourt violation.
Good call. So on the foul from Manning, that'll send McCadden to the free throw line. It's no good. So Richie Riley getting the explanation. But I think that's a good spot, partner. He did jump from one end of the half-court line and did not establish possession the other way. Second of two is good by McCadden. So it's now 70-65. As again, defense for offense. Weatherford back in. Usapitis will be ready to go once Georgia Southern has the basketball once again. 24.7 to go. Manning, we fouled immediately, and now the official tripped right over McCadden. He pops up, he's okay.
Looks like Manning is going to go back to the free throw line for South Alabama as he's fouled.
And as we mentioned, Charles Manning Jr., an 80% free throw shooter.
Leads the team in that retrospect.
Today he is 3 for 4. He'll have 2 shots to work with here. 5-point ball game, a chance to make it a 3-possession game if he can hit them both. And he can't. So Georgia Southern still hanging around. As Usapitis will come back in. He's your shooter.
Georgia Southern outscoring USA 45-37 in the second half. They were down big time at halftime, but a good second half to try and bring them back in this one.
Second of 2 is good. Jags led by as many as 13 in this one. So Georgia Southern made a valiant comeback. They're still hanging around. Usapitis on Manning to McCadden. McCadden fouled before the shot. But he was inside the arc, so it's still going to be 2 shots either way.
That foul's going to be on Alex Anderson, his 3rd foul. And you mentioned it, team's already in the double bonus, so Georgia Southern back to the free throw line for 2 more shots.
So McCadden now 6 of 8 from the free throw line. First of 2 is good, 71-66. So you would again expect Coach Berg and Georgia Southern to foul immediately, put South Alabama on the free throw line. The students behind the backboard trying to distract him, and it doesn't work. Second free throw is good, 71-67. Now Weatherford back in. Again, that defense for offense substitution. So Alex Anderson with the made free throw can run the baseline. Charles Manning Jr. double team, still gets the basketball, and he's fouled again. Well, that's just the athleticism of Manning.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he just is able to free himself up, even though he's being guarded by multiple defenders. And he was going to split that double team had they not fouled him.
And Usapitis getting set to check in. The foul was on Trey Cobbs, I think, which is his 3rd, so I don't know why. Oh, okay, are they just... I don't think anybody fouled out, did they?
No, they didn't.
I'm not sure why we're having the stoppage of play here.
Unless there's an injury or something, but there should not be a stoppage in play here. Not really sure what's going on.
Well, the officials have sorted it out. Manning will stay at the free throw line, as he should. I thought if somebody had fouled out, then, yeah, you get that 30 seconds or whatever it is to confer with your team before you have to put your sub on the floor. And there may be a dispute as to who the foul was on.
So they're trying to say that the foul was actually on McCadden, and if that's the case, that would be his 5th.
But I don't think it was. I think maybe the scorer's table thought it was on McCadden, but it was on Trey Cobbs. So I think therein lies the issue with the scorer's table, thinking that McCadden was the guy. So McCadden stays in with 4. Trey Cobbs now with 3 personal fouls. And we're finally back to basketball. 4-point ball game for Charles Manning Jr. Free throw is good.
Manning doing a good job from the free throw line tonight, 5 for 7. South Alabama as a whole, 17 for 25 from the free throw line, really getting to the charity stripe a lot.
Second of 2 is good. And now 73-67, under 10 to play. They got to fire it up here. McCadden blocked by Charles Manning Jr. There's the exclamation point on it. And they will let it play out.